What's up, guys? Wrestle Madness here, and I'm going to talk about why I think Roman Reigns sucks, and that we should find out the WWE should just put this man in a box and throw his stupid Samoan ass into the ocean. Before I get started, I don't care about Joe Anoa'i, the man. I can give two shits about his personal life. I don't give a fuck about his Make-A-Wish things. I don't give a fuck if he's the nicest guy I'll ever meet. I don't care if he's the worst guy I ever meet. I don't care about his family life, his personal life, his mother, his father, his dogs, his cats, his fucking White House with a yellow fence and a dog named Spot. I don't care about any of that fucking nonsense. What I see on TV and how the character is portrayed, that is all I care about. The character is what I care about. The personal life can give two shits. That's his personal life. He's entitled to his privacy like any other American-born person in this world. Now that that's out of the way, let's calm down, take a breath, let's get this going. Roman Reigns, the character, is a cancer to the WWE product. How one character can dominate an entire show and bring that whole show down to its knees and shake it to its very foundation to the point where it finds a way to affect everything is sensational. It is inspiring in a way of these are things not to do when you're writing characters. You do not have one overall character dominate the entire show while everything beneath it sinks to the ground. Roman Reigns, the way he's positioned, he's written, and the way his character is portrayed is a cancer. It is cancerous. You are building up people like Braun Strowman, who last year should have won the Universal Championship, and now he got Money in the Bank, and you're just gonna feed him to Roman because Roman rules? Why are we feeding Braun again? Why are you killing Braun's character again? You spent a year regaining all the momentum you lost because you had him lose to Brock, and then you had him do this nonsense with The Miz and garbage trucks and bullshit like that. You finally got him. You finally got back to doing what Braun does best, which is killing people. Then you turn Braun heel. You align him with the ice cold Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre, who should be positioned in a better light. And now you have them together, calling them the Pack, and they're feuding with the Shield, which is another fucking abomination of a reunion that nobody wanted. That only fucking mindless sheep want to see. People in the wrestling business don't understand what WWE is doing. I'm sorry. Correction. WWE fans who claim to know a lot, they don't see what WWE is doing. People like me can see what they're doing, and we see it's a fucking embarrassment and a joke. You're pretty much taking a white-hot Seth Rollins, who has been on fire since February. You're taking Dean Ambrose, who just got back from injury, and should be positioned in a way where he could become the next top heel on Raw. Instead, you're putting the Shield back together because your precious Roman Reigns because you can't take that your boy Roman's getting booed. You can't take it anymore because you just won't turn the guy. And even if you do turn the guy, it's all on how you write him as a heel. WWE is still going to not portray Roman the way his character should be portrayed, even as a heel. It's still going to come across as stupid. If they do it the right way, it could come across as pretty cool and something different. You know, it won't be this. It'll be, you know, you're finally playing into the hatred that Roman Reigns has garnered from the crowd, and the crowd does not hate Roman Reigns the man. They hate the Roman Reigns character. They hate the way the Roman Reigns character is being positioned. They hate the fact that this fucking bland, generic piece of trash is the top face of Raw. Him and his, I'm going to be a fighting champion. And they got fucking the goons on commentary saying, Roman Reigns is the most fightingest WWE Universal Champion ever. And he only had one title defense, but that counts as being the most defending champion ever. By comparison, Brock Lesnar's reign fucking sucked dick, but at least he defended it more than Roman Reigns. But again, Brock Lesnar's title reign was 2 years of fucking nonsense. It led to nothing. It led to absolutely nothing. It led to Roman Reigns being champion And WWE still not getting what they wanted, which is overwhelming love for a character that nobody wants to see. You had to use Braun Strowman as that fucking meat shield to reflect boos when Roman wins the belt. And that's what you're using Ambrose and Rollins for. You're killing off their momentum to be human meat shields for this fucking meathead. This fucking charisma vacuum of suck that is Roman Reigns. The guy's decent in the ring. Yes, he can wrestle. You put him in the ring, those matches with AJ Styles, people still talk about them as being good, and they are. They're really good matches. Roman's initial feud with Braun was great. It was heavy, it was hard hitting, it was a good story. You had Braun, who was this unstoppable monster who would just kill Roman any which way possible. It actually, if the Roman Reigns character was being booked good from the get-go, he would have gained a lot of sympathy when Braun was killing him, tipping over ambulances, pushing him off loading docks, committing acts of violence and murder against Roman Reigns. By the way, that storyline last week, how the Shield gets arrested and then they get processed and they get dismissed by a judge on a federal holiday called Labor Day, and in real life, no courthouse is open, no judge is on a bench. The courthouses are closed on Labor Day because it's a federal holiday, and yet all this, and they get processed and released on Labor Day, and they steal an ambulance, and all they did was nothing. They incited a riot. Yet last year Braun was literally killing people and breaking down the building and no one arrested him. Lapse in logic in WWE's writing is very glaring, and it's hard not to notice because it makes them look like fucking preschoolers. Somebody with a low intelligence level of 10 can piece together a better story and more coherent writing than these fucking fools. Jesus fucking Christ, it's common knowledge that Labor Day is a federal holiday and no courthouses are ever open. It would have made more sense if you kept them off TV for a week, had them come back again this week. It would have made much more sense. But instead, since Roman Reigns is in the storyline, we gotta dumb everything down to the point where you gotta be a fucking retard. That's what I mean about the Roman Reigns effect. It is a cancer because it takes logic and it just shambles it into a fucking stupid brain dead way that makes the viewer question themselves as, why am I still watching this for? Really, why am I still watching this for? Why am I still watching a show that clearly does not care about storyline consistency, consistent writing, appropriate character progression? Instead, you're just dumbing everything down to the point of retard level because one guy has to be the center, has to be focused on, because one guy has to have all the rules be changed for him. That one guy is the Samoan dumbass himself, Roman Reigns. I don't know if I can live through a John Cena 2.0 Reign of Terror. I seriously don't think I can do it. Early rumors state that Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler are going to be next in line for Roman to gobble up and chew up and spit out to nothingness after he chews out and spits out Braun Strowman, effectively killing his momentum and effectively turning Braun Strowman into Ryback 2.0, to the point when Braun Strowman finally wins the Universal title ain't going to mean jack fucking shit because he's going to be so goddamn ice cold by that point. Who's going to care? You didn't strike when the iron was hot last year with Braun Strowman. And you're not going to strike this year when the iron finally got heated up after being lukewarm for a little bit. Now you're going to effectively pull that iron. You're going to effectively not only yank the cord of that iron, you're going to snap the cord of that iron to the point where that iron is never going to work anymore. Vince McMahon, I love you, babe. You always know how to fuck shit up. You always know how to take money that's being handed to you on a silver platter and find a way to throw that money in the trash can, because if you don't get what you want, you're going to let people know. And you know what? As fans of WWE, we should learn to accept the fact that they will never give us what we want. They will never give us anything that we need. As fans, they're just going to continue to spit on us, kick us in the dick, and rape us. But because we're loyalists and we've been watching for fans. Like an abused housewife, we're going to keep going back to our lover because we want that glimmer of hope that they can one day go back to being the lovable person, the lovable thing that they once was, that made us feel good inside. But it's a pipe dream. And now we just watch this shit because it's routine. And that is the cold reality of it all. We can bash it for all it is, but they ain't never going to change. Morons can be like, if you don't like it, don't watch it. Fuck you and that fucking excuse. Take that excuse and shove it up your ass. Seriously. Take an excuse of it. Just because I don't like it. See, I don't like it as in I hate it. I don't like it is because I see potential, and I see potential being squandered, and I hate seeing potential be squandered. Braun Strowman has potential. He's being wasted. Finn Balor, I am not a fan, but he has potential to be entertaining if you can just give the guy something to work with. Baron Corbin, I am a fan of, but he's being squandered and wasted in this constable crap. Kevin Owens, KO, you teased of an interesting storyline with him being fired, and you squandered it by having him attack Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley, who the fuck cares about Bobby Lashley? Who? Nobody, that's who. You have Seth Rollins, who's been white hot since February, became Intercontinental Champion, actually made that belt mean something, and now he's being used as a meat shield. You had Dean Ambrose, who came back the Monday before SummerSlam to a good fanfare, and within a matter of weeks, you made him irrelevant. All because Roman Reigns has to be positioned in the position that he's in, and everyone else must suffer for the Samoan stud muffin himself, Vince McMahon's lover. I cannot wait for the XFL to finally take off, and Vince can take a less of a hands-on approach with these shows, because it won't happen overnight, it won't happen in 6 months, it won't happen in a year, but at least when the reins finally loosen up from Vince McMahon's grip, and someone like a Triple H gets a little bit more freedom on the main shows, a gradual change could happen. Gradual. It'll take a lot of fucking work, but at least we can look forward to better pacing and more coherent writing and better character progression than the fucking nonsense we get now on Monday Night Roman. My name is Russell Madness. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let me know what you think about the Samoan stud muffin himself, Roman Reigns.